Well, so I can't wait to show the new C segment SUV and share the story of how this vehicle is going to disrupt, deliver, and dominate. So here's
Sure.
the first glimpse of it. We show you the front end. So obviously, it's not as big as the Patrol, but the spirit and the passion is just as big. To remind you, this is designed by the same global team as the new Patrol and as the Magnite as well. Same kind of passion, same spirit, and same ambition and more.
I think especially because when you mentioned the Magnite as well as this car is, even though a CSUV is not a ESUV or a D plus SUV like a Patrol, um, the character you always speak of making it larger than its actual footprint. That you want to have a character or atmosphere that is one layer above where it naturally would live.
Yeah, definitely. When we set out to do this project, we definitely, the goal was to disrupt the segment. And, this is a segment full of standard CSUVs, but we wanted a compact patrol or baby patrol. We kind of call it that in the project amongst designers. And we know that that's the spirit we're after. So when you look at this image, actually quite imposing. You see the front silhouette, and you immediately feel its dominance. And then one layer down, you see the design elements. So here you start to see that same V-strut grille, now wider than ever, and it's interlocking with a C-shaped headlamp. So these types of precise and clever details inspired by Japanese DNA is prevalent throughout this new CSUV. And even the two lines running across the grille, so I'm going to point out all the details, shows the precision and also inspired by the new Patrol, if you can recognize it.
So one thing I can tell you about in all my meetings, because Ken is in charge of all the trucks globally, is he is currently very obsessed with this image of a bridge. So columns that are structured, and a little bit of angle that helps express the agility and the ability of ramp angle and to go anywhere. And this is one of the vehicles that's, as a CSUV, still carrying these icons that you feel we need to have to be a truck.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's at home in the desert, but also in the urban jungle. It's tough, bold, and ready for any environment. So even when you move to the side silhouette, you see the same type of boldness, the sense of tough, ready to go anywhere. And but then also, not only toughness, there's the balance of toughness and refinement because that's in our DNA.
I think especially on the previous image that you had on there, I think one of the interesting characteristics is that the front fender line that looks very horizontal and actually then is picked up on the horizontal front signatures. So you really have this sense of presence and power in the front of the vehicle. I think this is giving it that tough DNA.
Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, through the toughness, we don't forget about the refinement. So every surface, every detail has that sense of precision, the same kind of care that we give to our flagship Patrol. And even the expression of technology, which we feel, in the old days, we put lots of chrome on the vehicle. That means premium. Today, that's not the case. Technology is premium. So we use the lighting signature. And in this image, you'll notice the full width light bar that goes all the way across the front of the vehicle to show that it is a class above and looks super wide. All right, and as we go to the rear, that same story continues. So it's a very tough vehicle with a powerful stand. So we want to emphasize that width. So you see on the rear, the same consistent, the light bar goes across, the tail lamp signature, C-shaped to match the front. So that consistency from front to rear is really important to us.
It's very unique in the sense that we were able to capture the signatures in the front, the C shape, the Patrol has it, and how in this different scale we were able to maintain that sense of toughness with the digital, which was very important to you, I know.
Yeah, that's something we learned from Patrol, where the customer tells us the consistency between the front view, side view, rear view is so important. We don't want to look like different people design different parts of the car. So when there's consistency, people feel there's great care in the design and engineering of the vehicle. So maybe one part we have not talked about, okay, there are three types of iconography up here. They're all C-shaped. But probably the one that is even more interesting is in the center. So I'm going to go to the next slide.
This is such a cool image.
Yeah, I mean, maybe quite abstract. And because the team, the design team is always so passionate, and we have several designers involved, and they always want to give it something little special, and they make surprises for Alfonso and I to discover. So one of the team members thought, okay, to show off the toughness of this vehicle, the Himalaya mountains, that's a great icon to show. So there's an abstract interpretation of it done artistically that's hidden in this double C-shaped signature on the side of the vehicle. So, and you see actual car, we hope you can discover and enjoy these little details.
I think even though it's a brushed kind of aluminum looking finish, the C shape does look very much like the headlamp signature. And as Ken mentioned, we are in the era of the Easter eggs and the little surprises, and even our designers are hiding things from us. And this one I thought was spectacular because normally a fender vent is very purposeful vent shape. But this kind of, at first I thought it was this very cool, irregular pattern against the very geometric double C. But in fact, I thought it was so beautiful that it's actually referenced in the geography of India. So I thought this was spectacular.
Yeah, so this type of spectacular thinking goes on throughout the vehicle. So in this next one, you see the comparison. There's first a picture of the front, which you've seen. And I think in this picture, you can see better the lower portion, the protective nature of the bumper design. So the whole vehicle looks functional, bold, and it's a fortress basically on the outside. And however, very tough, very protective, but you see the two bars that run across the grille, and this type of refined details, quite exquisite, and gives a sense of premiumness. But as we move over to the image on the right, then we enter the interior. So we're giving you a slight sneak peek today at one part. And you'll see that, okay, this is the side vent on the instrument panel. And then there are these also two lines in metal, very refined, and it runs across the instrument panel again, giving sense of one class above.
And what I love here is that obviously the image on your left, fascia, Ken's team is using a lot of very honest interlocking bold shapes to give you this feeling of ruggedness and unbreakable. But he's picking up the same ones. So those double lines around the logo appear again on the assist side of the instrument panel. And there's a little Easter egg hidden in there for you as well. But on the interior, the result is something very refined, beautiful, premium execution. Even though the exterior is really unbreakable and the toughest little box you can have. I love the way the team is able to keep it very consistent, but understand that the customer, when they get in the vehicle, they want to be rewarded. They want to be in the sanctuary. And I think that the team did, especially on the interior. We want to show you the whole thing, but we want to keep teasing you here and there.
Yep. So first, we disrupt with the exterior, very bold and powerful. But as you enter the car, that's when we truly deliver something that's, one class above, something that's beyond the customer's expectations. So we hope to show you more in the future. But today we tease you with this. And then, okay, so we've talked about the design quite a bit throughout the exterior and a glimpse of the interior. But one thing we haven't told you yet is what is this C-segment SUV called? So we haven't unveiled the name yet. And so while going through brainstorming what type of name, we wanted a word that's fitting for Nissan's design and engineering-driven innovation and that defy the ordinary spirit. And it has to reflect precision, purpose, and design excellence. So finally, after much thought, we chose a word with Greek origin, and the meaning of it is craftsman, builder, or architect. And it has a sound that evokes a sense of technology. So maybe you can start guessing. Anyone, you can guess to yourselves what kind of word could this be? And then I'm going to slowly reveal the characters on the screen. So let's show the name. Okay, so we have tech. All right, so
There we go.
There we go. Tekton. I don't know if anybody has guessed it. And so that's the name, Tekton. It's a craftsman, a builder, and someone with an eye for quality and innovation. And as you can see, we're displaying the name proudly front and center on the vehicle, and it's complementing a very powerful overall shape.
And I love when we first saw the name, where it comes from our marketing team, and we collaborate on these things. Especially that sense of having scale or mass. The sound Tekton feels like a very solid, sturdy name and the sound. And we thought that it really looked good against the fenders and all of the shapes around this car. And because we're a Japanese brand, in the essence, we want everything we do to feel like it's made from technology. Our foundation as a Japanese automotive company is high tech. So we felt this gave you both technology and structure.
Yeah, so with that, we just want to say this has been an awesome project for the team. We enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. And the team really dared to imagine, with the bold shapes, with the Easter eggs here and there. And so we're looking forward to the launch of the new Tekton, and for sure, it's going to defy ordinary. So with that, we would like to thank you for your time. And this concludes the design presentation portion today.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Alfonso.